right. Good to go. What's going on, my brother?
Yeah, man, boy, that is it.
That is it. Now, you see what happened just now? That teaches you never to give up.
Exactly.
Keep going. What's up, Trilla G? We got Mr. Take You As I Am. Mr. Congratulations here with us on the line. Yeah, man, just wrapped up Carnival over there in Dominica, and I know he's ready to take on the rest of the world. What's going on with you, Trill?
Yeah, man, well, I just there, like you say, recovering from Carnival. Just finished Carnival. But getting ready to go ahead and continue the year.
Mm-hmm.
And continue pushing the Booyah, pushing Trilla G, and spreading positivity through Booyah music all across the world, you know?
For sure. I mean, like you said, you've recovering from now that Carnival is over, but you've been recovering from something even more, which was a surprise to me, and I don't know if it was a surprise to many of your fans. But recently, you came out and said, you just finished your treatment when it comes to cancer and everything. And I must say, congratulations going on to you. You even made a song talking about your journey and everything. Tell us a little bit how that was for you, because, like I said, 2025 was a big year for you. And, you were traveling, you were touring, you were making music, you did the album, and you were going through all of this as well. Where did you get the strength and the energy to do all of this while you were still going through what you were going through?
Yeah, exactly. You hear me properly, right?
Yeah, I'm hearing you good. Go ahead.
All right. So last year, like you said, was a very busy year.
Mm-hmm.
In a great sense, because a lot was going on in terms of just, touring and working, meeting new people,
mm-hmm.
visiting new countries, performing. Even in St.Maarten, I had a couple of big shows in St.Maarten for St.Maarten Carnival.
Yeah, you were there for the Carnival. You were there for King James event, the Sunrise. I was there on stage with you with my shirt off. Yeah, man, we had fun.
Exactly, brother. So it's like the vibes was nice. Even in St.Maarten,
mm-hmm.
I was probably sick already. Not probably, I was sick already.
Right.
But I was having so much fun, drinking so much alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes to show how in the blink of an eye everything can change, because I'm going down into the latter part of the year. I also had a lot of shows, inquiries, and people reaching out.
Mm-hmm.
But then when things start to get serious, we had to kind of take a pause on shows and try to focus on, staying alive, basically.
Right. Getting the treatment done and everything, yeah.
Yeah, get the treatment done and everything, and started the treatment in September.
Mm-hmm.
But I still tried to make sure that I could do some important events like World Creole Music Festival in Dominica,
right,
which was my first time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to miss that. And I also did a small show in St.Maarten just before I started, or as soon as I started treatment, somewhere there about early September.
Right.
And Uber Soca Cruise and Miami Carnival.
Yeah.
And I tried to do these, yeah.
Yeah, and at that time, no one knew what you were going through at that time, though.
Nah, nobody knew what I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
I just, myself and management made a conscious decision to continue as much as possible to do business as usual,
mm-hmm.
because number one, it would bring me some sort of peace of mind, because I do what I love, so it would distract me from the reality of what really going on, and also I knew that if I try to keep myself somewhat relevant,
mm-hmm.
in especially not telling people what's going on, then it would at least give me some sort of momentum going into Carnival.
Right.
Which is why it was imperative that we release the album as well in October. Take Me As I Am, the album. So a lot of work was still being done behind the scenes, just to try to maintain some sort of relevance and not fall by the wayside.
Right.
while the Bouillon movement going up, sure.
Right, and I'm sure at the same time you didn't want anyone to feel sorry for you or have any pity for you at the same time.
Exactly, because my misery, bro, my misery do like company.
Right.
So, I don't want anybody to be like, and I'm a big energy person. So I don't want people energy to be like a somber energy around me,
So speaking about the energy, what was the energy like when you were first diagnosed last year?
Well, when I get diagnosed, I was probably in a state of, I don't know if it's shock, but it's like when the doctor told me that the initial thing is like for me was, okay, so what's next?
Right.
Like, okay, fine, that's what it is. Like, what are we going to do to try to fix it?
What's the next move?
Step? Can it be fixed? All these questions, like I just want to know what is the reality of my situation and how fast you can relay that information to me so that I can put myself in a frame of mind to expect what is to come,
Yeah. I'm sure that news hit you hard. Probably harder than any GoPro ever that you ever experienced.
No GoPro could come close.
Right? I'm telling you. But you did the treatment, and like you said, during the treatment, you also worked on an album which has been critically acclaimed. We're on the chart for several weeks on several different, islands and boards and everything. The Take Me As I Am album, you put a lot into that. How did you feel after it was done and you were still going through what you were going through?
Yeah, so Take Me As I Am, the album, is one of those very special projects that will always have a special place in my heart because it really took a lot of work, and it took a lot of devotion and time, not just to make the project, but to make the project as best as possible of a standard that I could make it. I work with a lot of people that helped to make the project what it was. Some people had big contributions, some people had smaller contributions. Even as of course I'm on a St.Maarten station right now, so I want to just shout out my boy King James. I remember he was in King James, right? Myself management, King James was driving, and I was playing some of the songs for him, and I was telling him, I'm thinking of doing an album.
Yeah.
And I was saying that I needed a song that would really speak to a more personal aspect of my life. And that's where the idea for Testimony was born.
Okay.
So Testimony is the first song on the album.
Right.
And that's where the idea for Testimony was born, in St.Maarten. So when I put the album together, everything just felt fulfilled. I feel like some greater force or energy was really moving and speaking for me in that album, because while it was a lot of work, at the same time it feels very effortless, and we dropped the album and all the fans immediately loved it. They have a lot of fan favorites on there, like Nobody and Action, people love Testimony for what it is,
right?
Blue,
yes, one of my favorites,
featuring Mr. Ridge. Nobody actually featuring Stock Ashley.
Then you have the remix. You have the remix with Vaughn.
Exactly. Yeah. Man. That is the title. Take Me As I Am remix with Vaughn. And people really loved and appreciated it. And like you said, it became critically acclaimed, which I did not see coming at all. But
right.
I am very grateful for, because Billboard, managed to take note of my album. And I never thought that Bouillon would be on these kinds of radars, but it just goes to show the attention the music and Dominica and the Caribbean, St.Maarten, everybody getting right now.
Yeah, so it's getting a lot of attention. I just saw BET did something on Bouillon as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So Bouillon is definitely taking over the world, and of course you have this whole battle now with Bouillon versus soca. What is it really, and everything? But you being a Bouillon artist yourself, what do you consider it as?
Well, Bouillon is Bouillon, bro.
Yeah.
Bouillon is Bouillon, Bouillon. What I will say on that is Bouillon is Bouillon, soca is soca. We live in one Caribbean, and obviously our ancestors come from Africa. So sometimes the rhythms, the songs, they might sound alike.
Right.
Sometimes they might not. Doesn't mean if something is alike, doesn't make it the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So an analogy I can use to express that is, I might have a brother because we have the same father, same mother.
Mm-hmm.
But I am not my brother.
True.
And my brother is not me.
True.
So we related. We have some relation.
Right. The similarities
parentage.
or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. Similarities.
But we're not the same.
We're not the same.
True.
You know?
I feel you.
You know, sometimes Buyo and Soca might converge. They might cross over. They might have a fusion.
Yes.
You know, and we have songs like that, especially in recent history. But at the end of the day, Buyo belongs to Dominica, and it's Dominica's music, and Soca is Soca.
Yeah, Soca. All right, let's talk about the song Rags. How did that come about? That was another big hit for you while you were going through what you were going through. How did that whole song come about, and how did you feel now that people have embraced it in both the Bouillon and the Soca world? Doesn't matter, in the music world in general, people have embraced that song.
Right. So with Rags, actually, I was going for a different type of turmoil, you know. So I don't know how long I probably had I had cancer, but at that point in time, I was going for a lot of stress and turmoil because I was involved in some controversy,
right,
Dominica, you know, and stuff like that. And during that time, in November 2024, we started working on the song, and I figured I was in Trinidad for Carnival 2025 season in Dominica, knowing that I was going to go down to do the road in Dominica. So for the Carnival weekend, I knew I was going in Dominica. And I just figured that I needed a song to show the people that, yes, I am out there promoting Bouillon music, but I have to, you know, contribute and respect my culture, Dominica, and provide the people with a tune, a big tune for the carnival. Did I know it was going to be such a big anthem? I had no idea, because like I said, it was in the height of controversy. I don't know if my stock was still going to be high in Dominica, you know. But it just goes to show that people love a good story, you know, and people love someone that doesn't break, or, you know, someone that can overcome. You understand? So I feel like a lot of people were just rooting for me to just overcome all what was going on. And the fact that this song was a damn good song, if I do say so myself, with big features by Shirley and Skinny Fabulous, you know, it just made that part of the story just even more wonderful to be a part of as a fan. You know? So the fans really took it up and they went with it, and you know, it became the People's Road March of Dominica, because that was the people's song. That was not my song again. People take that song, and up to this year, performing it still in Dominica Carnival, this song still mash up the road. I sure you see a video of Juve Morning when Signal Band played. I was right there.
Place went wild.
You know, and it was great, bro.
It was crazy. So, no, going back to the controversy, I don't want to get really into it because those who knows. But it's been about a year or a year and change since that controversy, you know, took place. And recently, you know, I saw a video with I think it was during Carnival. One of the shows, I saw you and the person that you had controversy with, you know, dapping up each other, smiles and everything. Did you guys put that behind you? And if so, what lessons have you learned from that controversy, you know, moving forward when it comes to your music and also your life and everything?
Yeah, man. Well, that fix. That fix, full stop. That fix. Because
they say, you know, more money, more mix up, you know. So it comes with the territory. More l'argent, more mix up. That could be your next song. If you want, you could go ahead and use that.
But you know, big up to Little Boy and Kwan.
Yeah,
that fix, full stop, or
good.
I should say in a very good process of fixing. You know, everything takes time, especially something that was very serious and I guess sensitive to all parties. But I would like to say that all of us in a very good place right now.
Nice.
And I just want to thank God that He could have opened all of our eyes to see that it is better to, you know, try to make things work than to remain divided.
Yeah, it's bigger than all of you. You know, the whole,
exactly.
Yeah.
And I actually mentioned that, you know, it's bigger than you can be bigger than the program, you know. And one of the things I'm more appreciative of is the fact that we were able to have serious conversations, even after what we did on the stage,
right?
So that you know, we could actually tackle the root issues, because many of times you see people amend things in public,
right?
But in private,
behind the scenes, it's still
the actual work, you know, the actual root work to find the problem. And oddly enough, when I was dealing with cancer, that is one of the things that you actually have to learn to do. You have to learn to heal the root of the issue. You understand? So, you know, you take chemotherapy, you take radiation, all kind of treatments, and these things help. This thing help, they work. But sometimes they only work for a time. Sometimes they don't even work as effective enough. You now have to take the ownership to do more. You have to try to exercise, eat better, you know, lower your stress levels, get rest. You have to tackle your root of your problems, and that is what I think we will successfully in beginning to do. So
absolutely,
you know,
absolutely nice. Now, you know, besides on working on music for yourself, you know, and you know, making your name get out there, you do a lot for the community in Dominica as well, especially when it comes to, you know, working with the kids, when it comes to, you know, writing music and the arts and everything. Tell us a little bit more about that as well.
Yeah, man. So there's a program that I do every summer. Or put pen to paper with alongside Shelly,
right?
You know, from Signal Band, big up Shelly. And we basically every summer we take some students who are interested in songwriting, producing, anything to do with, you know, music, especially bouyon music and calypso, which we focus on. Obviously, that's Dominica's culture, and we basically help them to, you know, nurture those gifts with the expertise, the little expertise that we have. You know, right now we figure that we're young, we trying our best to, you know, let these children grow up with us, and not wait until we, you know, we older and we, you know, we can do it when we old as well, you know.
Right.
But I feel like now that we have this youthful energy, you know, I feel like we can also pour into the youth, and the youth can pour back into us, and we can just have a nice vibe going on, man. So, you know, that's one of the things that I do, and I also try to help in terms of, like, basketball is a passion of mine. So anything comes to basketball, you know, the guys and them know they can reach out to me. I help with that as well, and anything basically that Dominica needs me to do, I dare for my country.
You're there.
Yeah, man, for sure.
All right. When it comes to, you know, bouyon music, it's been getting a lot of praise, but it's also been getting criticized as well, especially when it comes to the nasty business part of the bouyon music. What do you have to say about that in defense? Because at the end of the day, you know, music is a form of expression, whether it's good, whether it's bad, but it's a way for people to express themselves and enjoy themselves at the same time. Well, what do you have to say about people that, you know, criticize the nasty business part of bouyon?
Right. So, like you say, music is expression. Music also is a way that people earn their livelihood. So if someone earns their livelihood in a certain way, especially if they could be doing something very different, very negative, very grim, you'll never get me to say anything negative about that, because that means that person is being productive, and they put in their time to something that can actually benefit them, their family, the people around them. Right. A lot of people in Dominica right now have been given opportunities because of bouyon music, and that makes me happy, you know. So big up any bouillon artist that doing any type of bouillon. Whether you're doing conscious bouillon, you're doing nasty business, you're doing gangster bouillon, whatever you do.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day, my belief is that I have a personal responsibility. Like you say, I work with a lot of kids.
Yeah.
I work with youth. So my responsibility might be different from another artist. So I probably approach the music a different way. However, everybody cannot do the same thing.
True.
So, you know, big up the bouillon. And, you know, probably some of these other genres wish they could have such a large palette, like our bouillon have such a large palette. Because we can talk about anything in music.
Right.
You understand? And our artists are we have a very colorful imagination, you know, especially the kind of things we choose to talk about.
Right.
You know, so, and to big up every bouillon artist, man, that doing their thing.
Absolutely.
And no matter what they sing, you know, at the end of the day, the people are mouths to feed. And yeah, man.
For sure. So, of course, you know, the latest single that you have, Congratulations, which basically talks about, you know, your trials and tribulations and the treatment that you went through, you know, to deal with the cancer that you were diagnosed with. Tell us a little bit more about that song and what's next for Trilla after this.
Yeah, man. So Congratulations basically came about New Year's when I went live on Facebook. And I was saying, you know, congratulations if you made it here, you know, to the new year.
Right.
And someone actually messaged me, a guy named Shane messaged me. And he actually started writing a song called Congratulations. So the chorus is actually his work.
Okay.
And, you know, he's credited and everything. And you know, I told him, bro, like, I love this, and management loved it as well. And then that's when I came with the lyrics in the verses, and I called my boy Third.
Yeah.
He's also the vocal engineer on the project. And, you know, we put that together because I felt like initially I was going to announce what I went through with a song on the album called Free. Either Free or Testimony.
Okay.
But then I figured, you know what? The album out already, doing its thing. Let's get some new energy.
Yeah.
Fresh energy. So Congratulations, I chose to be that song, that announcement.
Okay.
That declaration of freedom, you understand? So
all right, talk about perfect timing, man. Whenever it's his time, it will always come.
Yeah, man, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, man. And big up Tridel Wins, you know, management and also visual director, along with Anthony Nibs from St. Thomas, that, you know, helped with the whole visual aspect of the video and everything.
Right. And you know, we ask you all these questions, but the main question that I have to ask, that I should have asked, how you feeling now, Trilla? How are you feeling? How are you doing?
To be honest, I just relieved. Just relieved that I done with chemotherapy. I got through Carnival. Honestly, I was kind of scared because I got the flu. Well, not the flu, a cold right after Carnival. And you know, after chemotherapy, they tell you, you know, you're not supposed to get sick because your immune system is down and whatever. And right now on this call, I feel great to say that I 95% back up again.
Nice.
So that's close to 100. I good. You know, so right now I just good. I don't have cold. I don't have cancer. I finished Carnival. And yeah, man, I just optimistic about the future, you know.
Okay, all right, sounds good. But thank you again.
Looking forward to St.Maarten Carnival as well, you know.
So you're dropping some hints. You're gonna be here.
Well, we'll see how it goes. You know? We'll see how it goes.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
Well, Trilla, thank you for taking some time out of your schedule for talking to us and letting us know your story, your testimony, and I gotta say congratulations going out to you. Anything else you want to tell the people out there that are listening?
Yeah, man, I want to big up all the people of St.Maarten. You don't know. I always appreciate the support of the St.Maarten people. And big up yourself, bro, one time for, you know, taking some time out to listen to me and my story and where I come from and what I've went through. Hopefully I inspired somebody today in St.Maarten.
Yeah, man.
You know, to just keep fighting whatever you're going through. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep solid, because tomorrow is another day. Even if it's not promised, once you put your trust in Jah and you have faith over fear, anything can happen, you know. So yeah, man, big up the people of St.Maarten one time. You know, Dominica and St.Maarten have a very close bond and relationship. Every time I come to St.Maarten, I always feel like I'm at home. So
for sure, man.
Yeah, man, big up.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Before you leave, I have one more question for you, which is our Facebook question of the day. What's the most expensive item that you recently bought at a supermarket?
Wow. Boy. I'll tell you. A bottle of cranberry juice.
A bottle of cranberry juice in Dominica.
Crazy expensive.
Oh, yeah?
It's crazy expensive.
Oh, man.
You know, and I don't want to get into that, but yeah, Dominica, shopping for groceries in Dominica, boy, you have to.
It's crazy.
You have to be very strong.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Trilla, I heard through the grapevines that you might be here soon. So when you're coming, I have one request. Me and my colleague here, Big Homie Spoon, have one request. Patty Shack, if you could bring some for us, because we love some Patty Shack over there from Dominica, man.
Hey, bro, message me, and we gonna make that happen.
Okay, good. Let's make something happen. Sounds good. Trilla G, thank you very much for joining us again. Before you leave, we're gonna drop your song. Congratulations. So I want to give you the chance to introduce it to the people out there that are currently listening. So go ahead, Trilla.
Yeah, man, you don't know. Congratulations if you made it to 2026. If you're going for anything, just don't be afraid. One day you'll be able to say congratulations like I did. And if you went for anything, you don't know. Congratulations. This is your song. Play.
Boom.